We have a session, well, yesterday we had a session on leadership and gender in this very room, actually. And that was more about the people who are working to provide services. Today we have actually a session on gender again. Think and Rethink Action, Women's Economic Empowerment in ICT, which looks more at the end user, how ICT is being used to empower and aid women in society. We have a compressed panel today. Unfortunately, Carolina Winter home from CETA was called away at the last minute and could not be here. But I think we've got plenty of expertise both on the stage and in the audience, so we won't have a problem discussing this issue. I will introduce the panelists, and today I'll try not to forget somebody as I did yesterday. To my right, Chisenga Muyoya from Zambia, who is head of the Asakana Network, which is a social enterprise that increases the participation of women and girls in technology. Welcome. And next to her, Torbjørn Fredrickson, who is the in charge of the UN Conference on Trade and Development, works on ICT for development. He focuses on ways to leverage ICTs for economic development, which includes strengthening the local ICT sectors in developing countries, promoting productive use of ICTs in the enterprise sector, and facilitating women entrepreneurship through ICTs. So, Torbjørn, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to start, I guess. Chisenga, why don't you just describe what it is your network does and how it's interacting with women in Zambian society?
Okay. So Asakana Network is, as Zari mentioned, an organization that exists to increase the participation and interest of women and girls in technology. So we do this especially through building capacity. So we have skills training sessions around things like mobile applications development, web applications development, video editing, things that the girls can use practically to generate income after they learn. But it's not just something that is intended for them to make money, that's an extra, but the main core of it is to build their confidence, their self-confidence, and show them that they're able to do anything that they put their mind to.
Do you work with, say, women and girls? What ages are we talking about? Is it through schools or separate programs? How does it work?
So we have different programs that are targeted at different groups. So our three major target groups are the girls who are working in the tech space already, and then those who are in college pursuing ICT-related courses, and then the ones who are in high school as well.
Okay. And in Zambia, about what would be the percentage of women in these fields, in these areas?
So the numbers are still really, really low. I would put it at, in most of the organizations that we deal with, there's usually just one or two people in an IT department, which is usually maybe comprised of about 10 people. So we're about 15 to 20% on average.
Okay. How does that compare elsewhere? Is that about normal in women in the ICT sector elsewhere? Anyone in the audience? Yeah.
I'm from Indonesia, and its tech have the same conditions that women in ICT is more like. Even in my organization in ICT was only me, women.
Right.
Most of them are male. So when they come out, first there's a opportunity to go to research by CETA and by Web Foundation. Because there's only me, they send me. So it's like a blessing in disguise. So having the opportunity to have a research with the great ladies in the research.
All right, thanks. I figured that sounds about right. You know, it's not very high, the percentage. Torbjørn, you have a report on this subject. Do you want to tell us about what it is and how it can be used?
I'd be very happy there. I'm coming from Antler, and we always have a report. So it's basically what we do. No, but I think maybe just to take a step back first, because Chisenga's experience here is one aspect of women's economic empowerment and ICT. But if we start, going up to the highest macro level here, to the UN level and the recently agreed Sustainable Development Goals, we have, after September, a new goal stating that we should strive to enhance the use of enabling technology, in particular ICT, to promote the empowerment of women. That's what the world leaders have agreed upon. And it's the first time that the ICT has been directly linked to women's economic empowerment, which is very, very important because it obliges governments and other stakeholders to really try systematically to see how can we leverage this technology to support the empowerment of women. And this means, I think, that we need to take a very holistic approach to see from many different perspectives how one can strengthen women's economic empowerment, not only by the women themselves being producers of ICT, but also in other sectors to see how they can leverage ICT, and also how governments, for instance, when they're supporting women's economic empowerment, how they can leverage ICTs. And in this context, I think we were also reminded in yesterday's panel discussion that we were chairing, that we should keep the diversity in mind, because we have many women entrepreneurs in many different sectors, in many different countries, and it's not always the same issues that apply in this context. We also have a huge diversity when it comes to ICTs, everything from radio, television, to mobiles, to broadband, to the internet. We're moving towards cloud services and everything. And I think we need to keep all those perspectives in mind when we think about how to approach this